One of the important things about programming is to program in decision making. Every program has to be able to make comparisons, and that's what we're going to do today. Today we're going over relational operators and ifs. These are your first if statements. All right, jumping right into it. I've got a simple program here that we're going to input two numbers into. All right, everything up that you see right now on the screen you're used to. Standard template, IOStream using namespace standard, int num 1, int num 2, and then I ask the user to enter the two of them. All right, now we start with the new stuff. Comparison and output. All right. One of the biggest conditional conditions in programming is the if statement. All right. So right now we've got num1 and num2. The user has entered into the program, and my first statement goes: if num1 is greater than num2, see out the first number is larger than the second. Okay, no real magic there, but I want you to notice the form that I use for this. If, and then in parentheses, when you type in if, it'll give you a left and a right parentheses. You have to fill them in. You have to put in some kind of comparison. Here I'm comparing num1 to num2, and I put a greater than in between the two of them. All right, so if num1 is greater than num2, it's going to see out the first number is larger than the second. All right, your program isn't done. It's going to go on to the next line too. It's going to go on to the next line, which is if num1 is less than num2, right? Then it's going to see out the second number is larger than the first. Still not done. The program goes from top to bottom. It goes down to the next line. If num1 equals num2, then it's see out the two numbers are equal. All right, here's the first thing that you're all going to have to remember, and this is an easy mistake to make, and you all will make it at some point. All right, double equal signs is a comparison. You all have seen, if I would just make this a single equal sign, this takes the value of number 2 and puts it in number 1. It becomes assignment. I want to compare. So if I'm going to compare two things, I want double equal signs. All right. I'm comparing num1 to 2, so it's a comparison. It's a relational operator. So if num1 is equal to num2, see out the two numbers are equal. All right. I'm going to run this. All right, I'm going to put the first number in as 10. I'm going to put the second number in as 20. So if I program this correctly, this should say the second number is greater than the first, is larger than the first. Maybe I should have put greater than, but still. All right, so it works for that. Let's run it again. Let's put in 12 for the first number, 12 for the second number. So now it should say that the two are equal. Two numbers are equal. And the last scenario, I want to make the first number larger than the second number. So this one should say the first number is greater, or I forget how I had it. Yep, the first number is larger than the second. So all three ways work. What I did right there is something that you haven't really been into lately, you haven't had to do yet, is to really test your program. When you all get into some more of these, get into some of these higher level programs, your job as a programmer is try to break it. Try to find some kind of situation where you can type something in that won't work, that makes it not work. And when you can get something where you can't crash it, that is the program that you want to keep. All right. This was your first screen. The next video is going to be very similar to this. I'm going to show you some more relational operators. Give these a try so you've got this down before you move on to the next video. In this one, it's just greater than, less than, and equal to. And remember the double equals.